Ghana will not be at the next African Cup of Nations after they have been eliminated at the qualification stage. Which other big nation will join them? We'll take a look at that. More next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today is all about match number 6. It is the final qualification game over in the African Cup of Nations. Who will join heavyweights Ghana on the scrap heap? And, of course, who will secure their spot in the actual tournament? We'll take a look at it in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe on your one-stop shop for African Cup of Nations, Baba Rovers, World Football. We've got it all here under one Rooski. That's right. That's the biggest shot thus far of the qualification phase. But we, of course, look like we could be in set for a couple more. We'll take a look at it in a second. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. That's right. The members of the channel. You know who you are. And a big shout out to the Patreons. You know who you are. But what we're going to do now is turn the clock back to the last round of games and then kick on forward to the final round of games. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty then, folks, here are those last round of games. That was match day number 5. We have a near complete fixture list, a couple of games yet to take place, which will take place today. Unfortunately, I'll be on the road from, well, in a few hours, to be honest with you. So I've got to get in now. So let's take a look at it. And I did pretty shit. I'm not going to lie to you. Did shit. But it's been hectic. Let's go. Liberia picking up a 1-0 over Togo. Of course, Chad and Sierra Leone 1-1 in the end. Cameroon could draw against Namibia, a good point for them. Madagascar close but no cigar, 3-2 loss to Tunisia. Lesotho picking up a massive win over Central African Republic. Libya picking up a 1-0 win over Rwanda. I went the other way on that one. Benin and Nigeria also duking out to a draw, as did Equatorial Guinea and Algeria, 0-0 in the end. Nigeria big 4-0 winners over Sudan. Wow. Meanwhile, South Sudan also picking up a win over Congo, 3-2 in the end. Burundi 0 and Malawi 0. We had Burkina Faso 0, Senegal 1. They squeaked through that one. Gambia losing at home to Comoros. Morocco picking up a 5-1 over Gabon. Botswana, Mauritania 1-1 with Cape Verde, Egypt, Angola and Ghana, all with the same scoreline, 1-1 in the end. Zambia with a 1-0 win over Ivory Coast. Didn't see that one coming either. Meanwhile, Mali with a big 1-0 win away at Mozambique. Eswatini, Guinea-Bissau also drawing. Zimbabwe, Kenya also drawing. Uganda losing to South Africa, of course. And then the final 2 games right there, not yet played. They're taking place today. So we're going to come at you with a little bit of a not a fully completed match number 5 tables. And here they come. And as you can see, let's talk about it. The top 2 go through. That's right. So we already know Tunisia. We already know Comoros. They are through to the African Cup of Nations. They're joined by Morocco. They will be there. Gabon are not there yet. Still got a bit of fine-tuning to do. Egypt, of course, there. Botswana in the driving seat. But Group C is wide open at the moment, heading into the final round of games. Meanwhile, Nigeria, they are through. Benin, close but no cigar just yet. Algeria honking on the way through there. Equatorial Guinea also joining them in the tournament itself. Angola are there. South Sudan are Normal Sudan are there just about. They could also. Meanwhile, Angola, they're cruising on through there, of course, into Group F. Sudan are in command at the moment, but they're not there just yet. And it's official. Ghana are out, eliminated at this stage, which is, I think it's the second time in 45 years they've not made the tournament, which is absolutely shocking. Meanwhile, Zambia are through. Ivory Coast are also through. Sierra Leone are out, unfortunately. DR Congo are there. Guinea close, but not there just yet. Mali are in the driving seat. In fact, they're there. Mozambique just about there. Guinea-Bissau got little snookers, really, to get themselves through in Group I. Cameroon are through. Unfortunately, my boys, Kenya will not be there. Zimbabwe will be joining Cameroon from Group J. South Africa and Uganda are also there, which is good to see for Uganda. And Senegal, Burkina Faso are there as well. That's the state of play right now. So we do have a final round of games, which means the shackles are off for some of these clubs. So let's get into the next round of games. And here they are, that's right. We're going to start from the top and work our way down. There's a whole host of games. Sit tight, hold on, and here we go. There's no flyovers today. Of course, we're running out of time, but we're going to give you the best rub of the green right here. Of course, Togo up against Equatorial Guinea coming at you over in Group E. That's right. Togo all the way down to second with 4 points. Sorry, fourth into second with 2 points. Up against Equatorial Guinea, who are second with 8 points. They played just the one time. It was a reverse fixture, and we'll talk about that shortly. Togo, though, without a win in the last 8 matches, up against Equatorial Guinea with just one defeat in the last 6. They played that one time. It was the reverse fixture back in September, which was match day number 2 and ended all square. That's right. Togo, though, losing to Liberia last time around, making back-to-back games now without a goal. Equatorial Guinea also coming into this on the back of a goalless affair against Algeria, 0-0. Got no odds on here, so we're going for our gut. And our gut says 1-0 win. Equatorial Guinea take the points and moving along. Let's get into the next one as we also move along. It's Algeria. They're going to be taking on Liberia, coming at you on the 17th of November, which is Sunday. Early door kickoffs for these guys. Algeria top of the pops over in Group E with 13 points. They are there. Liberia, of course, in third with 4 points. It looks like they are not going to be there. They played 4 times, these two nations, since 2008. We've got 3 wins for Algeria, nothing for Liberia. There's been 1 draw between the two sides. Algeria, of course, did beat Liberia in the reverse fixture when, of course, Liberia hosted this match. It was a 3-0 win then. In fact, Algeria scored 8 goals against Liberia in the last 2 matches. If you open it up a little bit, they've scored 11 goals against them over the last 4. Algeria on the back of that 0-0 draw against Equatorial Guinea to make it back-to-back clean sheets for them, just conceding the 1 goal throughout this qualification phase. That 1 goal was against Togo. Meanwhile, Liberia did pick up a win over Togo last time around to give them a big valuable 3 points, and maybe there is a mathematical chance that they could actually squeak into second spot. But they're going to beat Algeria first, and I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win. Algeria look good, and of course should be a threat for this tournament when it comes around. Let's go into the next one then, shall we? It will be, of course, Comoros. They're going to be taking on Madagascar on the 18th of November. That's over in Group A. Comoros are sitting in second right now, 9 points on the board. They look like they're going up against Madagascar all the way down to 4th with just 2 points thus far, and they're winless in the whole qualification phase. And Comoros, though, yet to taste defeat, it looks like, but they have played Madagascar 5 times since 2007, and they haven't won any of them, winning 4 wins for Madagascar, and there's been 1 draw. And speaking of draws, that 1 draw was last time around back in September the 9th. It was 1-1 when Madagascar hosted this match. Of course, Comoros on the back of that 2-1 win over Gambia, big win that was. Madagascar losing to Tunisia last time around as well. Coming at you, though, over in, do we have a venue? I don't think I have a venue, but I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. Comoros hosting it and winning it, and of course taking the valuable 3 points. Next up, it's Tunisia up against Gambia. That's right. Also on the 18th of November, Tunisia coming at you on a 67% form for them right now. They're top with 10 points to the name, up against Gambia, who are third with 5 points to them. So again, maybe mathematically they could squeak into that second spot, but they have played Tunisia twice since 2022. There's been 1 win apiece, no draws thus far. The reverse fixture in Gambia, or when Gambia hosted this game, it was a 2-1 win for Tunisia back in September 2024. Gambia on the back of that 2-1 loss to Comoros. Tunisia on the back of that win over Madagascar to make it just 1 win in 3, it looks like, for Tunisia. Not been that great over in Group A, so maybe a little bit of fine-tuning needed heading into the tournament itself, but Tunisia should win this game over Gambia. We're going to go with a 2-0 win at home and 3 points in the bag. Let's go to the next game then, shall we? Of course, coming at you, it is a Central African Republic up against Gabon. That's over in Group B. The CAF, or is that CAF, is that right? CAR, Central African Republic, of course, coming into this, sitting 4th in the table with just 3 points to the name. Just 1 win in the last 6. They've lost 4 in the bounce. Up against the Gabon side, sits 2nd with 7 points to the name. They're on 58% form for them right now. 2 defeats in the last 6 matches. The last time they played, it was the reverse fixture in Gabon, and they came out on top with a 2-0 win back in September 2024. Gabon losing big time against Morocco last time around, with Central African Republic losing to Lesotho last time around. They have, of course, they haven't scored in the last 4 matches, 4 defeats in a row. Pretty grim stuff for them as well. Their only win was opening day against Lesotho to give them those valuable 3 points. But I think it's too much. They can't do it. They cannot qualify. Gonna go with a victory for Gabon anyway to seal the bloody deal and put Gabon through to the tournament itself. Meanwhile, let's go to table toppers Morocco. Of course, they're coming up against Lesotho on the 18th of November. Now, these two sides, again, have played just the one time. It was the reverse fixture. We'll talk about that shortly. Morocco are unbeaten in the last 9 matches. In fact, they haven't lost any of the last 9 matches, and they haven't lost any of the last 24 home games. And they're coming at you top of the pops, 15 points over possible 15. Up against the Lesotho side, just one win in the last 6. Of course, the reverse fixture, when these two sides locked horns at the start of this competition, it was a 1-0 win for Morocco, who do come into this on the back of a goal-scoring spree, scoring 14 goals in the last 3 games combined, conceding just the 1 goal in the last 4. Lesotho, though, do come into this on the back of that win over Central African Republic. Could they cause another shock here? I don't think so, to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to do them any good either way. So if they were to win this, they ain't going to qualify, none the same. But are they going to win this? Heck no. It's going to be a Morocco victory. Going to go with another goal flurry here. 3-0 win in the end for Morocco to continue. I think that's the sweep, perfect sweep for them over in the qualification phase. And again, keep an eye on them for the tournament itself. Let's go, of course, to, where are we here? We're going to Libya up against Benin. That's right. Also on the 18th of November. That's in Group D. But Libya currently find themselves 4th with just 4 points, with just 1 win in the last 6. Up against Benin, who is 2nd with 7 points to the name. Of course, Benin coming at you, having lost the last 3 away matches. In fact, they haven't won any of the last 8 matches on the road. But they come into this with a record against Libya, which of course has included 3 games. They've won 2 of them. They've lost 1 of them. Has been 0 draws. The reverse fixture in September, Benin picking up a 2-1 win over Libya to, of course, give them a big old boost. Benin on the back of that draw against Nigeria. Libya with a big win over Rwanda to give them those 4 points, their first of the tournament, or the first win of the tournament anyway. No bookies for this one, as we expect. Of course, World Cup qualifiers are right around the corner, but difficult one this one. Going to go with a 2-1 win for Benin, get the 3 points. And again, I think that puts them in a good position, and it'll put them into the tournament itself. However, top of the pops here over in their respective group, it is Nigeria, and of course they're going to take on Rwanda right now over in Group D. Nigeria, top of the pops, 11 points so far, 67% form for them, unbeaten in the last 5 matches up against the Rwanda side, just 1 win in the last 5. They're on 50% form for them over the last 6. They have played each other 3 times since 2005. No wins thus far. 3 draws in a row, including the reverse fixture in Rwanda back in September 2024. The last time they played in Nigeria, I don't even know when that was. Probably, I don't know, maybe 2005. Yeah, no wins thus far in recent times. Nigeria, though, on the back of that draw against Benin, they can probably take it easy because I think they're already through. Rwanda, though, needing a win. They haven't won thus far in this qualification phase. They're all the way down. They got 5 points. They must have won. Yes, they did. They did pick up a win against Benin. Sorry, I'm a bit blind today. That's right. Of course. So Nigeria fancied on this one. They are top. They are through. They're cruising. The shackles are off. They'll continue to win. 3-1 win. Nigeria taking the points. Let's go to the next one then. It's, of course, Sudan up against Angola, also on the 18th of November. They played twice since 2012. 1 for Angola, nothing for Sudan. There's been 1 draw. This is, of course, over in Group F. Sudan, just 1 win in the last 4 up against Angola. Top of the pops, 13 points over possible 15. They have been cruising along. The last time they played, it was a 2-1 win for Angola back in September 2024. Of course, Sudan, though, on the back of that 4-0 loss to Niger. Big loss there. Angola with that 1-1 draw against Ghana, which, of course, eliminated the Black Stars from the Africa Cup of Nations, which, of course, cheapens this tournament a little bit. We wanted to see the big boys there, and thus far, and it looks like they could be one of the major, well, they are the major upset of this qualification phase, but they could also be in good company as well. We'll see. Anyway, of course, Angola have been amazing, and I don't think they're going to take the foot off the gas here, despite Sudan being in 2nd spot. I'm going to go with the 2-0 win for Angola, 3 points. I don't think they can be caught, really, unless Nigeria pull off an upset against the Black Stars. That's right, and that's it. They've been a major, a complete disappointment in this qualification phase, yet to get going. In fact, they haven't won a single game in this qualification phase up against the Nigeria side, who, of course, are above them in the table right now with 4 points to Ghana's 3. They played 3 times in 2013, 1 with a piece and 1 draw. And of course, the draw was the last match they played back in September in Nigeria, when they hosted it back in, of course, match day number 2. 1-1 it was. In fact, Nigeria back-to-back games now, unbeaten against Ghana, who do come into this on the back of that 1-1 draw against Angola. Too little, too late for Ghana. It's been a bit of an embarrassment for them. I don't know what went on. I don't know why they're in this pickle, but they've got the quality. They should be blitzing through this league. really. Don't get me wrong, Angola have been phenomenal, but Nigeria and Sudan are your opposition. Surely Ghana would have had to qualify, but they won't be there. Let's just suck it up, get your focus on and get to the World Cup in 2026. Anyway, Nigeria coming into this on the back of that 4-0 win over Sudan. They'll have their tails up. I think Ghana will win this game, even though they haven't really delivered anything in this whole tournament. I think they'll, pressure's off now. They're not there. They're going to play with a bit more freedom, even though, the Black Stars fans will be pissed because they should have had this kind of performance throughout the qualification phase. So 3-1 win in the end. Let's go. Kick it on forward. What we got next is Malawi up against Burkina Faso. That's right. That's coming on match day number 6. It is also on the 18th of November. That's right, over in Group L. Malawi, they are bottom with just 1 point to the name. Up against Burkina Faso, who are second with 10 points, of course, and they have played Malawi 5 times since 2009. 4 wins for Burkina Faso, nothing for Malawi. There's been 1 draw between the two sides. They did play back in September. It was a 3-1 win for Burkina Faso when they hosted this match. And of course, Burkina Faso coming into this on the back of a defeat to Senegal in the last match day. Malawi on the flip side coming into this on the back of a draw against Burundi, but 1, 2, 3. What we're looking at, 3 games without a goal for Malawi at the moment. So not good in that regard. Realistically, looking at the tables here, of course, second place Burkina Faso, they will be at the tournament. And, of course, they should overcome Malawi in this one. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win on the road. Burkina Faso completing the project there and getting through to the tournament itself. Mauritania, they're up next. They're taking on Cape Verde. That's right. That's, of course, coming at you on the 19th of November. That's, of course, coming at you in Group C. Mauritania down into 4th right now, of course, with 4 points to the name. Up against Cape Verde, who are 3rd, also with 4 points to the name. They played twice since 2024. 2 wins out of 2 for Cape Verde, including the reverse fixture back in September, 2-0 when it was way back when. They did play each other in the African Cup of Nations this year in the knockout stages, round of 16, and Cape Verde came out on top with a 1-0 win there. Of course, then their amazing run in the tournament itself. But they're coming into this, though, Cape Verde on the back of a draw against Egypt. Mauritania also coming into this on the back of the draw against Botswana, of course, which does themselves both no good. But there's still, I think there's an option here in Group C. We'll confirm that in just a second. But they're both 4 points. Winner of this one, I think, is monumental for them for progress, because I don't think Botswana are getting anything out of Egypt. Spoiler alert. Going to go with a draw, which really blows it open here. Puts them on 5 points. Coin flip. Not sure. Just pin that down. 5 points they'll have. What do Botswana have currently? Well, that's, of course, find out. That's right. Egypt are taking on Botswana, coming at you on, of course, the 19th of November. Botswana have 7 points, and that would secure their spot, that draw. But, hey, I might get it wrong. A win is vital, basically, for Mauritania and Cape Verde. They need to win to put them on 7 points. And, of course, hope Egypt beat Botswana. But anyway, let's take a look at them. Of course, Egypt top of the pops, 13 points out of a possible 15. They're through to the tournament itself. 83% form for them right now. Botswana unbeaten in the last 3 matches. They sit second with 7 points, and of course have played Egypt 5 times since 2013. Egypt winning 4 of them, Botswana none of them, and 1 draw between the two sides. The last time they played it was over in Botswana, 4-0 where it was back in match number 2 for this qualification phase. Egypt, of course, are winning 4 in the bounce, haven't conceded a goal against them in the last 4, so we anticipate a little bit of a repeat here. Egypt, though, on the back of that draw against Cape Verde. Botswana also drawing with Mauritania, and like I said, unbeaten now in the last 3 matches, conceding just the 1 goal in those last 3. But Egypt should win this game. Going to go with another 3-0 win. Puts them on 7 points. Realistically, the winner of the Mauritania Cape Verde game will probably go through at the expense of Botswana. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let's get into the next one. It is Sierra Leone. It is, of course, Zambia. That's, of course, coming at you. When is that game coming at you? I don't even know when that game's coming at you. It's a little bit of a curve. Well, there it is. On the 19th of November. That's right. Coming at you over in Group G. Sierra Leone are 3rd. 5 points to the name. 42% form for them right now. Up against that Zambia side, who are top with 10 points, unbeaten in the last 4 matches. Of course, they did play a reverse fixture over in match number 2. 3-2 it was for Zambia, who do come into this on the back of that 1-0 win over Ivory Coast to make it 3 clean sheets on the spin. Up against Sierra Leone, who picked up that point against Chad, unbeaten in the last 2 matches, but basically they need to win this to give themselves any hope. In fact, are they got any hope at all? I don't think so. To qualify as well, a win would put them on 8 points. I think Ivory Coast are very close, if not similar to Zambia. So I think think it's too far gone for them. But Zambia, been good thus far, top of the pops, and would like to continue that and remain top. And I think they'll get the win here. Going to go with a 1-0 win for Zambia on the road to, of course, remain top of the pops heading into the tournament itself, which might give them a boost in the old ranking system or seeds for the tournament. Let's take a look at Ivory Coast then. They had 9 points. Like I said, I don't think they could be caught from a Sierra Leone point of view. They're taking on Chad. That's right, who are bottom with 3 points to the name. Ivory Coast are on back-to-back defeats coming at you, and have played Chad just the one time since 2024. That one time was back in September. It was a 2-0 win for Ivory Coast. But speaking of the host, they come in on the back of losses to Sierra Leone and Zambia. Both of those games were on the road. It's actually been back-to-back games without a goal for the heavyweights out of Ivory Coast. Chad, though, on the back of that 1-1 draw against Sierra Leone, just 1 goal scored for them the whole qualification phase, and that was in the last game. No odds, like we said, for all of these matches. Ivory Coast should win this one. They've been a bit poor the past couple of games. 2-1 win, enough to get at least go through as number 2 in this group. Let's go to Tanzania now. They're going to be taking on Guinea. That's right, coming at you on match day number 6. Tanzania, of course, where are they in the old situation? They're, of course, in Group H. They're third, 4 points to the name, up against second place Guinea. Win this, you put yourself in command here for a spot in that tournament itself. They have played Guinea twice since 2021. They have yet to lose, picking up a win and a draw. And that one win was the last time they played in September. 2-1 win it was when Tanzania were in the away dugout against Guinea, of course. Tanzania, though, on the back of successive losses to DR Congo, who, of course, probably top this group. We'll look at that in a minute. Guinea, though, on the back of that 3-1 win over Ethiopia to make it back-to-back wins for them. So they coming into this on form. Tanzania on the back of that slump, that's right. But can they get it right this time around the 19th of November? Tough one to call here. I think I've gone with Guinea. Yes, I have. 1-0 win, which should secure a second spot at the very least. And, of course, we'll see who, of course, will top the pops. It looks like it is going to be DR Congo as they take on an Ethiopia side who have not really been at the races, have they? Just the 1 point thus far. Up against DR Congo, they are 12 points, top of the pops, 5 wins to the mouse. They look good, and they are a dark horse for this competition when it comes around in whenever it does. They played twice, these two sides, since 2016. 2 wins out of 2 for DR Congo. Of course, looking very good at the moment. Ethiopia haven't won any of the last 19 away games, and of course, they haven't scored a goal in their only 2 matches against DR Congo, stretching back to 2016. DR Congo, though, also have been phenomenal this tournament as well. We're looking at 4 wins on the spin for them. They, of course, have only played 4 games. That's fine. Yeah, we are coming at them a little bit early. I haven't conceded a goal as well in this tournament, so credit where credit is due. Ethiopia, on the flip side, have scored just the 1 goal thus far in the qualification phase. That's right. DR Congo should win this and win it quite comfortably. Going to go with a 2-0 win. Points in the bag. They're already there. And, of course, they're already excited about the tournament as well. Meanwhile, Guinea-Bissau up against Mozambique. Coming at you as well this coming match day, the final match day, Guinea-Bissau on the 19th of November. Taking on Mozambique over in Group I. Guinea-Bissau are third with 5 points thus far, but pointless, or winless, should we say, in the last 4 matches. Mozambique, though, sits second with 8 points to the name, just 1 defeat thus far. They've played each other 3 times since 2018. 1 for Mozambique, nothing for Guinea-Bissau. There's been 2 draws. Of course, that 1 win was back in September for Mozambique, who do come into on the back of that loss to Mali. Meanwhile, Guinea-Bissau on that back-to-back points for them, picking up points against Mali and also Eswatini in their race to get that second spot. They need a win. They need to beat Mozambique if they're going to go through to, of course, the tournament itself. Going to give it to them as well. 3-1 win. Mozambique taking the L. Guinea-Bissau going through, it looks like, if my mathematics is correct. There's Mali, of course, up against Eswatini, coming at you also on the 19th of November. They played just the 1 time. It was a reverse fixture. We'll talk about that shortly. Mali, though, unbeaten in the last 6 matches. They top with 11 points thus far. Eswatini, winless in the last 11 matches. 17% form for them right now. However, picking up a couple of points in this qualification phase. They did lose when they last played, of course, Mali. Eswatini picking up the L back on match number 2. But they did pick up a point against Guinea-Bissau most recently with Mali. Just 1 goal conceded throughout the tournament or the qualification phase, and that was an opening day against Mozambique. Mali winning this one as well. 2-1 win. 3 points to the bag. And, of course, going through with pretty much a near perfect record. Then we go to my boys there, Kenya up against Namibia. That's right, coming at you on the 19th of November. Of course, I don't think Kenya or Namibia can get anywhere near this. I think Zimbabwe are just about there. Of course, 5 points for Kenya. They sit third right now, 50% form for them right now. However, without a win in the last 3, just 1 win in the last 5. Up against the Namibia side, who are 4th with just 1 point to the name. They played 5 times in 2008. 3 wins for Kenya, 2 for Namibia. There's been no draws. The last time they played, it was a 2-1 win for Kenya in Namibia back in September 2024. And like I said, Kenya back-to-back wins over Namibia, trying to make it 3 wins on the bounce. So realistically, they need 8 points. Well, that's the max they can get. Coming into this on the back of that draw against Zimbabwe, Namibia picking up a massive, unquestionable point against Cameroon. I'm backing my Kenyans to win this game. Of course, I am just a 1-0 win, but will it be enough? We'll see. Of course, so 8 points. I think that will put them on there. And then, of course, Cameroon taking on Zimbabwe, who are close, if not there already. Let's take a look at it then, shall we? Of course, there are 9 points, cannot be caught in their easy street. But Zimbabwe could top this group, of course, over in Group J as they take on high-flying Cameroon, who, of course, without a loss thus far in this tournament, picking up 11 points of a possible 15. Zimbabwe picking up 9 points of a possible 15 and sits second right now. They're on 58% form. Of course, they have played each other 4 times since 2004. 2 wins for Cameroon, nothing for Zimbabwe. There's been 2 draws, including a draw last time around back in September in match number 2. Cameroon, of course, back-to-back games without conceding a goal against Zimbabwe. And, of course, speaking of conceding a goal, they've only conceded 1 goal throughout the qualification phase. That one was in a 4-1 win over Kenya. Zimbabwe picking up that point against Kenya. Of course, Zimbabwe been good thus far. They've only defeat. Do they have a defeat? They've got no defeats so far. And only conceded a couple of goals themselves, of course. So this could be a draw here, guys. I'm looking at it. There's nothing on the line here. I think Zimbabwe are just happy to be at the tournament themselves. But I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Cameroon. They have the quality. It is at home. And I think they'll take the 3 points as well. Into the final 3 now. We go Congo. Of course, they're going to be taking on Congo Republic, taking on Uganda over in Group K. That's right. Congo just 1 win in the last 6. They sit third. 4 points to the name up against the Uganda side, who have got 10 points and sit second. Of course, then they've played Congo Republic 3 times since 2016. They've won twice, lost. They haven't lost against them, and they picked up 1 draw. They did play back in September. It was a 2-0 win for Uganda. But the last time they played over in Congo Republic, it was a 1-1 draw back in November 2017. Uganda, though, losing to South Africa last time around, Bafana, and Congo Republic losing to South Sudan, really, to, of course, put some, basically ending any dreams they had of making this tournament as well. Uganda been good, surprisingly so. I think they'll only get a point here, though. They're already there. They're in the tournament itself. We'll be happy to see them, but they'll pick up a draw. Congo taking the points on this one. Speaking of Bafana, they are next, taking on South Sudan, of course, and that's coming at you also on the final round of games over in Group K. That's right. So South Africa top of the pops, 11 points out of a possible 15. They haven't lost in the last 30 matches, and they haven't lost any of the last 31 home games. Standing in the way, though, are South Sudan, who have coming into this on 70% form, who do come into this on the back of a win. However, they are rock bottom of the pile with just 3 points thus far. They did play each other back in September. It was a close game as well. 3-2 win. It was for South Africa way back when. Of course, Bafana on the back of that 2-0 win over Uganda. South Sudan picking up a massive win over Congo Republic to give them hope of maybe avoiding the wooden spoon, of course. Going to go with a 2-0 win here for South Africa. They're too good. They've been good in this qualification phase. Then maybe another good run, long run in the Africa Cup of Nations is coming at you whenever the tournament comes around. And then finally, folks, we're going to wrap it all up with Senegal. They're going to be taking on Burundi. That's right. That's, of course, coming at you over in Group L. Senegal, of course, 90% form for them right now. Haven't lost in the last 9 games. They are top with 13 points up against Burundi. Win this, that's 4. They sit third. 4 points to the name as well. Burundi, though, did lose to Senegal last time around back in September. 1-0 where it was for Senegal, who do come into this on the back of that 1-0 win over Burkina Faso. And, of course, looking at their record without conceding a goal in the last 4 matches. Burundi, though, just the 1 goal scored in the last 4. So they're finding that pretty tricky. Senegal should win this one, though. Going to go with a 3-1 win to complete the pack. Of course, they are top, 13 points. Burundi are third, 4 points. And I don't think we're going to get anywhere near qualification in the end. That, my friends, completes my Pickaroonies, and of course that will wrap up the African Cup of Nations qualification phase. The next time we come back for African football, it will be to talk about World Cup qualification phases. Can Ghana, the Black Stars, bounce back? They need something, and they need something fast. Otherwise, it could be a real dark era for Ghanaian football. But that, my friends, is it. Subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. Until then, we're done.